Hi, I'm Chef Michael Smith. Life is full of challenges, and the kitchen, well, the kitchen is really no exception, but the difference here is not just the reward of a job well done, but a table full of flavor. I mean, when you've invested heavily in lobsters, you know they're going to end up on your plate. It's really just a question of how. And later, we'll also explore the world of vegetarian cooking. If you like vegetarian chili, you're going to love vegetarian chili with sweet potato baked on top. Welcome to my kitchen. Around here, we tend to take our lobsters pretty seriously. Nothing beats the flavor of a lobster pulled from the sea, then cooked in the sea. But if you don't live by the sea, how do you make the sea? Too easy. Just remember, for every gallon of water, add 1/2 cup of salt. Fill up the biggest pot you have with homemade seawater. Bring it all to the boil. These bands are designed to prevent lobsters from tearing into each other and from tearing off your fingers, but rubber bands are not the sort of thing you want to add to boiling water because they will flavor the lobsters. So here's how to take them off and leave your fingers on. Just grasp and cross, and then just pull off the rubber bands. Nothing to it. I like to add a bay leaf too, one for each lobster. After you've put the lobsters in, return the water to the boil and then start timing. In 15 minutes, they'll be done. There are all kinds of tools out there to help you break into a lobster, but I find the most useful ones of all are just a pair of gloves. Lobsters have lots of sharp bits, and to get started, just grasp the front of the lobster, grasp the tail, and then simply twist. Ooh, a little bonus. This is what's known as lobster coral, lobster eggs. Then, grab the claws and just break them off where the knuckles meet the body. Now, some connoisseurs like to take the time to get all the little bits of meat out of the legs, but I gotta say, the effort-payoff ratio just doesn't work for me. The tails are actually the easiest part to work with. Just cup them in your hand and then crush the works, which in effect breaks the shell, and then with your fingers along the sides, pull the works apart. You may have to do this a few times to get the hang of it, but regardless of how you do it, as long as you're getting the meat out of the shell, you're doing it the right way. Now the claws are a little trickier. Start by just breaking the knuckles all the way off. And here's where a standard issue nutcracker really helps. Just crush the back end of the claw, and then do what you can to ease out the meat. And again, look, don't worry about whether you're getting it in one great big piece or not. Leave that to the pros. The pros do this with a knife, but that takes a lot of practice. The knuckle meat is actually my favorite part. I find it the sweetest of all the different meats, but I gotta say, the knuckle meat is the toughest to get out. You need a pair of scissors for this. You can use the crackers, but scissors are easier. Mother Nature did a pretty good job designing lobster shells. It's not easy getting this meat out, but that just makes it taste that much sweeter when you do. And don't worry about whether the meat is hot or not. Frankly, I prefer lobster meat cold, and as good as this tastes right here, these will taste even better. Store them in your refrigerator. That's the way most of us do it around here. And just remember, keep them upside down. Keep the juices in the meat where it belongs. Now for a dip or two, and there are two